One true champion. The Big 12 finally got it right. I'm Barry Tramel, along with OU writer Ryan Aber. We're here at Boone Pickens Stadium, where on Saturday, the Big 12 staged a virtual Big 12 championship game, and the Sooners won it big in Bedlam, 58-23. The Sooners are the outright Big 12 champs. They're headed to the college football playoff. We just don't know when and where. But, Ryan, this was a commanding performance.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Baker Mayfield didn't show any effects from that concussion he suffered a week ago against TCU, and Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon were fantastic running the ball. OU's defense made a lot of plays without if Zach Sanchez maybe makes a couple plays on the corner, it turns into an even bigger blowout than it is. But Oklahoma State was able to make some plays with J.W. Walsh in at quarterback for Mason Rudolph, but the Sooners just dominated almost every facet.
Well, you know, that running game, when you run for over 300 yards a game, it's very tough to lose, and the Sooners didn't. Samaje Perine, 131 yards. Joe Mixon catches him at the end, 136 yards. Each of them had a home run, 68-yard run for Perine for a touchdown, 66 for Mixon. Perine adds a 25-yarder for a touchdown. Mayfield made enough throws in the passing game, but when you got that running game going, that just makes this game much, much easier.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Shortens the game when you've got guys like Perine and Mixon. And, last year when they lost this game, it was Samaje Perine got hurt, had to go out, and then Oklahoma State made its push. This year, Samaje Perine gets banged up a little bit in the second half, and they're able to just stick in Joe Mixon out there, and he's able to do virtually the same things that Samaje Perine does. It's amazing the kind of turnaround that this team has made since that loss to Texas on October 10th, and now heading to the college football playoff. We just got to wait another week to figure out where. And,
of course, the icing on the cake for the Sooners tonight, Notre Dame loses. During the week, really, the big debate was could Notre Dame catch in Oklahoma in the College Football Committee room? The answer is no. Notre Dame loses at Stanford. So, really, the question for the Sooners is ranked third last Tuesday. Where will they be this Tuesday? You can't imagine them following lower than third, and it looks good for Oklahoma getting into the Cotton Bowl, getting a semifinal in Dallas rather than in Miami.
Yeah, I think it would depend on what Alabama and Clemson do 1-2, although it would be hard to see the Sooners getting sent out to Miami if depending on how this thing falls with Alabama. If Alabama's 1, Clemson's 2, and OU 3 or 4, obviously. You wouldn't think they would play Alabama in the Cotton Bowl if Alabama's 1, but if Alabama's 2, then that Cotton Bowl matchup becomes likely, and pretty much the same on the other reason. You wouldn't want Alabama 1 with Oklahoma 4 playing in the Cotton Bowl. They certainly wouldn't want to disadvantage Alabama like that if they were 1. But the Sooners have to feel good about their chances of getting to the Cotton Bowl.
Well, let's go to the locker room, see what the coaches and players had to say.
Even though tough game, I guess, overall for Oklahoma State here today, they've had a great year. Got a ton of respect for Mike and his staff and the way they've worked through the year. You come into this situation, they've had an excellent season. So I'm elated at the way my players performed. They deserve the credit, making plays out there. They did a great job in all parts of the game. Assistant coaches, I thought, did an excellent job having them prepared, and came out and just executed a really solid game. I was Baker Mayfield again, sensational, running, passing, picking up first downs, pulling the ball on some run plays when he has the option to pull it, and when he did, he's almost always correct and makes big plays with it. Samaje and Joe are great running the ball. Anytime you can run the football, that way you always have a great chance to win. And Sterling again had some big plays, and defensively, other than 3 jump balls, we were excellent all day. Controlled the run. They weren't able to run the football, and usually when you can control the run game and run it yourself, you get a great opportunity to win. And thought that was big for us. There wasn't a ball on the ground on our end all day. We really took care of the football. Thought Austin Seibert, though maybe go overlooked, I thought he really punted the ball well. So it's just an all-around really good team win, and move on from here.
I'm trying to get better each week. Coach's stress getting better better every practice and every game. And I mean, our leaders and our seniors and our captains are doing a great job of keeping us focused and stressing the fact that we haven't played our best game yet, and so we're trying to get better every week. It'll be good to I mean, enjoy this win and then get a little rest, get people healthy, completely healthy for our playoff.
And now the Sooners wait. The next to last rankings come out Tuesday night, get a good indication of where Oklahoma would be, and then on the following Sunday morning come the final rankings and the bowl pairings, the national semifinals, and the Sooners will be looking good. Oklahoma can just sort of sit back and enjoy this Saturday off.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Sit back and enjoy the Saturday off. Watch the SEC championship game with Alabama and Florida, the ACC championship game with Clemson and North Carolina, and then obviously the Big Ten championship game with who's playing in that? Michigan State and Iowa, undefeated Iowa, who doesn't get talked about much in this whole deal. But those three games are going to shape where OU goes, but it's pretty clear to say that the Sooners are in the college football playoff.
Stay tuned for further OU football coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.